Out now then.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Yep, Jeff jumping in there straight away. We've got new aero parts. I've also changed my livery for this weekend because the last one's was too white and glary and looked absolutely hideous. So yeah, new livery, new track, new circuit, new parts on the car. Hopefully almost a new team. Let's see how well we perform through the weekend. I have been on time trial and done a couple of laps offline because I don't want to just jump straight into it and be completely caught out by a new track. So I have done quite a few laps in time trial, and I'd suggest anyone else does the same because it's going to be incredibly difficult to learn a brand new circuit straight off the bat. But yeah, seemed to do alright. I think I spent about 3 hours maybe on time trial. Started off with full racing line on, then take it down to corners, then take it down to nothing. And it seems to have worked alright. Got track acclimatisation done, got ERS done with pretty ease, to be fair. Times were pretty competitive through P1.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Are there any drivers that you've got a rivalry with?
Oh, that's interesting. This is a rivalry. Well, Grosjean, I crashed into him in Australia, and then it was pretty close to me in Bahrain, so it's going to be Grosjean.
It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you?
I mean, they're going pretty well. I'm not expecting miracles, but you know, we've made a good team. I've made a good team, so yeah, should be alright.
You scraped the walls a few
I did.
times. Were you struggling for grip?
I'm not really sure what was going on. Yeah, it's just a new track. The walls are quite close.
Appreciate your time.
Yes, we've got. I think that must be our new, our rival. Then we're gonna have Grosjean as our rival. That'll be interesting. Team acclaim. How come Boccolacci always gets more acclaim than me? I don't know if that's just because or what. Qualifying. Now, in the practice programs, my qualifying pace wasn't actually that bad. I don't think I was on. I think I had to lower down the difficulty again, but the qualifying, my pace wasn't that bad. I've upped the tyre pressures just a notch, try and give me a bit more pace for quali, and then hopefully at the beginning of the race, take it back down a notch. I'm sure you can adjust tyre pressures and front wing angle, I believe, up until the start of the race. So my plan is to put the tyre pressures here and then put the tyre pressures back down that notch for the race. Coming to the end of the first final lap, and it is going to be I'm ahead of Latifi, which isn't that bad. Well, I was sort of as expected really to be ahead of Latifi. We'll see where we are compared to everybody else. Put a new set of softs first. Where's everyone else? We're ahead of Russell as well, and we're ahead of his teammate. So that's pretty good. Maybe this track likes us. Maybe we like this track. Well, we're not far off the Hasses either. So it seems like a good track, and I made quite a few mistakes. So might be able to get a few more positions here, and perhaps even get out of Q1, which would be a real shock. But let's just see if we can get one of the Hasses done. We'll just qualifying is now over. We are 3.5 tenths up as we start the final sector. Love those corners there as you come up to the finishing line. That fast sector 3. We're going to cross you about half a second up, and we're out. We are out of Q1. We're through to Q2. That's surprising. That is surprising and brilliant. What does his teammate get? Look at that, P15. P15, miles ahead of his teammate. So I think it must be a really good track for us, this one. I mean, yeah, I didn't bother putting a lap in Q2 because I thought it's only for one space. I've already used 2 sets of softs. I'll save my other set of softs because I'm not going to get through to Q3. So I'll save my other set of softs and I'll start P16.
Welcome along to the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi, a vibrant city built on the banks of the magnificent Red River. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, with a circuit specifically designed to encourage overtaking opportunities. I think we could be in for a cracking race today. It's a track that combines the bespoke design of a traditional race circuit with the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Now we probably ought to start by discussing Sebastian Vettel. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Stroll and Sergio Perez, Ocon, Kvyat, Lando Norris and Gasly, Giovinazzi, the engineer, Kimi Raikkonen and Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Russell, Boccolacci and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So Bottas with a 3rd pole position in a row. That is, I mean, you've got to bank on him to win here. Really got a great chance to keep pulling out ahead of Hamilton after he retired in the last race. Surprised that the Ferraris are so far up again, and really disappointed here that I can't change my tyre pressures. I've upped them for qualifying, and you used to be able to take them down in 2019, and I don't know if you're not allowed to take them down in real life, but I thought you were. So I've upped my tyre pressures for quali, and now I can't take them down. So I'm thinking about doing a soft medium because I think my softs after a few laps are going to be pretty hot. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to do a soft medium or a soft medium. I'll put it to soft medium. We'll start the race, and if it gets several laps in and I'm struggling, then maybe I'll just jump on mediums instead of going on to a second set of softs. Yeah, quick and speedy Jeff there, no idea what he was saying. I'm still doing formation laps every race because sometimes if you don't do them, your tyres end up being far too cold. We're on the line, and here we are. 5 red lights at a brand new track, 5 long red lights, and we're off now. And it's a good start, very good start. We're trying to get past Giovinazzi. We've gone from 50. Ooh, that's a bit tight as we go through the middle. Hold it around the inside, Giovinazzi on the inside. Side by side, this is a difficult corner to catch the brake for. And we managed to slot it just ahead into P13. A great chance of some points today, starting at 15th. We're already at 13th. If there's a couple of times up ahead and we can hold on to this position, a great chance to pick up some points. Or maybe even just one single point and get P10. to be crucial to keep us ahead of Haas, who I suspect at some point later on in the season will get some points. It is a strong start, Jeff, and we've picked up a warning already. I think we're really good at getting these warnings on the first lap of every bloody race at the moment. I have no idea why. This really long back straight always catches me out. I always feel like the corner's going to come sooner than it is, but it just seems to go on forever. And Perez, everyone very slow on the brakes there. There's a bit of a traffic jam. I bully my way past Perez slightly and slot into P12, I think. So a very good first lap, made up quite a few positions, and yeah, hopefully there's a few more times up ahead. We can be looking at some points coming into this race. We're still very early stages, not even on the end of lap 1 yet, as I think Sainz up ahead of us is about to dive into the pits. I'm pretty sure he has some wing damage. I don't think you catch it on camera. That's Norris ahead of us there, but I think Sainz has thrown into the pits. So as we come across the line now, we should be over to P11. Yes, Sainz must have had an incident with someone, probably down into the fast hairpin at the end of the long straight. So P11 by the end of lap 1, 4 positions on lap 1, 5 positions on lap 1, sorry. So really good start. Really good start. So already there now. Just need one person to retire and win some points. Yes, we've got to hold our position, and we've got Perez, who's very quick right behind us, but you never know. Hold this position, and we could be in for some really good points.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Well, I was hoping for some points, but at the end of lap 3, Norris is pulled to 2 seconds ahead. I mean, I expect him to be quicker than me, but yeah, he's sort of pulling away quite a bit, so I am now relying very heavily on retirements as Perez, the pink Mercedes, is gaining and going straight past me. This straight just seems to go on forever and ever.
Try to stay with him, he might make a mistake.
Yeah, there's no mistakes there, he's just gone straight past me. Really easily, and he's already pulled out a second and a half over me. So yeah, now I'm definitely needing some retirements up ahead to get myself in the points, because catching up to those racing points is going to be very difficult. Very difficult. I've got Kvyat now. It looks like he's thinking of coming at me.
To teammate behind is 3.5 seconds. They're on old softs. They're in 19th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 41.9.
Boccolacci is quite far down, but Kvyat eases past me just as easy as Perez did. These guys clearly on much better cars than me.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
At this stage in the season. Much better cars than me at this stage in the season. Gasly trying to stick with me on the back, but as you can see, Kvyat is already 2 seconds ahead. He already passed me that last lap, I think. He's already 2 seconds ahead, but it's taken him half a lap. I mean, yeah, pretty good. The tyres wear a little bit, but it's not been too bad, to be honest. The temperature's been good as well, and the wear's not that bad. I think,
no issues with tyre
there we
wear
go,
for now.
as Jeff
Keep
says.
taking care
No
of them.
issues. Hold out for a few more laps. My mistake of upping the pressures doesn't seem to have paid, or doesn't seem to have had a bad effect here yet. This gas is going to have us here. Yep. That corner just seems to, or that straight even, just goes on forever. It's like really good in the braking zone, and he just took me very easily, very easily. So yeah, tyres aren't too bad. Hopefully I can stick with gas there for a couple more laps. Hopefully actually I might be able to stick in his DRS, so I might be able to come back towards maybe P12 or P11, or pull me back towards the group, and then if they all jump in the pit and there's a few retirements, we might find ourselves in a decent position. But I don't think that's the case. I think it only takes one lap, and the gap there looks about 2 seconds maybe. So we're going to dive in, put on a fresh set of softs, try and get the undercut on a few people. Maybe stop later on in the rest of the set of mediums.
Go, go, go.
1.9. Wow. Well done, team. That's bloody quick. That's sub 2 seconds. Was not expecting them to be that quick on only the 3rd race of the season. As we come out, and we are side by side with Sainz, and we've just got it done. That's good actually, because he's on mediums and he might slow us down. He actually put them on the first lap, didn't he? Because he had a crash as well, so he might have slowed us down, to be honest, if we came out behind him. But we're very quickly making up space now on Latifi, and putting a bit of distance between us and Sainz. Probably trying to hang behind Latifi until the DRS zone, but he is on mediums and he's going very slow, so slow in fact that we're getting done, well, way before the DRS zones. So that's P20. There's a few more in the pits, so this will put us up a little bit better. Where are we going to be? 19, 18. Ahead of Perez, I think. Oh no, Perez has come out ahead of us now. That first corner is very deceiving for people coming into the pits. P19 ahead of Perez, I think ahead of Ricardo, was it? Or maybe it wasn't ahead of Ricardo. I think it was just Grosjean we got past. P19, and let's put our brand new soft tyres to use as we're having to slow down going through the roundabout to not trip up and crash into the back of Russell, like I did in the very first race on the formation lap. Ooh, doesn't give you much space there. Seems to have a little kink in the middle of it, that straight, and they don't give you much space. The racing line seems to come over to the left, but you get the move done very easily. Down into the hairpin. And that's P18. I think the next person is likely going to be Boccolaccia, as Perez should just pull away from us now.
1 second lead over the car behind. Be aware.
Already up to 1 second on Russell, which is surprising. 1.5 seconds now. He's on the mediums, I guess. So yeah, it should be Boccolaccia next, but we'll see if anyone else has. Oh, Boccolacci's pitted.
Dorian is coming in for his stop.
I was about to say, we'll see if anybody else falls in the pits. So who's going to be next up then? Well, where we're going to be now actually. Magnussen's in the pits, Boccolacci's in the pits, Raikkonen in the pits, Stroll in the pits. Norris is coming out ahead of us. Stroll comes out ahead of us as well. P15 then. So I think that's just a jump on Magnussen, Raikkonen and Boccolaccia, who I think we're already behind us anyway, so nothing new there. Giovinazzi, Gasly, in the pits. My right foot's overheating. P12. So not far off P13, as Albon's fitted the hard tyres. He's not far ahead of us.
Albon is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 2.4 seconds. They're on fresh hards. They seem to have an issue.
They seem to have an issue. Okay. Maybe I can catch up then. Might be able to get him here. Mind you, I'm going to have to stop again. I'm guessing he won't. But if the issue's not like they were on 2019, he should be going.
Sainz is behind you. The gap behind us is 5.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 41.8.
Just making sure there that Sainz is stopping again and not going to go to the end. But yeah, Albon with an issue. If the issues are anything like they were in 2019, then he should be going 6-7 seconds slower per lap. I mean, he's not doing. I can see that. I don't think he's got front wing damage looking at that camera. So we should get past him, but whether we'll be able to beat him in the race, considering we have to make an extra stop, I don't know. As we breeze past him, went the other way this time since Russell almost put me in the wall when I went around the outside.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look easy.
A bit deep, but I hold on my softs, he's on his hards. So P11, and now we are in prime position for a retirement. Still 22 cars in the race now, but prime position for a retirement to happen and give us a jump up into some points. As Albon has stuck with me through the last lap, and he goes the tight way on his hard tyres and makes it look easy. Perhaps not as easy as the racing points did, but even with an issue, if he's still got an issue, the Red Bull makes light work with me and my brand new backmarker team. Tyres at this stage feeling like they're going off a little bit actually. Don't particularly feel great. Not as good as they used to do anyway. So I think I might, yeah, throw it in the pit. We'll put on a set of mediums, see if we can get undercut on anybody else again like we did do last time. Worked quite well for us last time. See if we can undercut and go mediums to the end of the race.
Go now.
3 seconds, not quite the wonders that I had last time of a 1.9.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
We do, Jeff, and we exit in 19th, not quite the drama of the last time. We're side by side with Sainz. We are comfortably in 19th, no one in front of us, no one behind us, but it doesn't take me long actually to catch up to Boccolacci in front of me and Giovinazzi, as I hope to probably just stick behind these, get the slip going into the long straight, but Boccolacci takes it very slowly. We get past him on the roundabout, just puts myself and Giovinazzi, and hopefully Giovinazzi's got a good exit there, but I should be able to gain on him 5 tenths. 4, 3. It's going to be under braking, I reckon. Yeah, fresh tyres. Wasn't as difficult in the end, but made it hard. He had a much better exit than I did, and he pulled out quite a nice little gap. So we have Grosjean ahead, still needs the pit. Stroll ahead, who is in the pit, as is Grosjean actually. So that puts us 16th. Stroll must have come out ahead of me. Boccolacci's in the pits. Magnussen and Raikkonen in the pits. Where's that going to put us? 14th. Are we still in 14th? We're still in 14th. So
we have a gap of around 4 seconds between you and
4 seconds to me and Gasly. It's now only 2.5 seconds. So gaining on it with some pace, but still quite far down. We need some retirements as we have a yellow flag at the hairpin where someone crashed. Lance Stroll is out and he was ahead. So that could be the retirement I need.
Okay, clear.
I still need to make up a few places though. 2.4, now 1.1. We are gaining on these Torossos with some pace. Only a second down on Gasly, how far? And 4.2 down on Kvyat. I need to get past both of them, and then I don't know who's next up road. I think it's Perez who's got quite a bit of a gap, to be honest. So I might need these two and still another retirement because I'm not going to catch Perez. And laps are quickly fading. We're still gaining on Kvyat at 3.5, but we haven't got past Gasly that last lap. As I hold it round, can I get him into the roundabout? He doesn't have a good exit there, he had a bit of a kick. But his straight line speed just seems to be far superior, as even with DRS I'm not getting anywhere near. So turn it down to lean and we'll save it for the next one. I could have had him there actually, but I'm thinking I could have had him twice there, but I'm thinking leave it for the straight. But my exit there is just awful. 6 steps up on me from the exit alone. I should have took him to roundabout, but he would have had DRS and he surely would have just gone straight back past me. So it's going to have to be a late one here. I don't think I'm not close enough. Not close enough. Oh, oh dear. As I bullied my way past him. That was, I get a warning, that was a bit mean. That was very mean. Actually, let's see what Gasly thinks of that though from his onboard. Oh my days. That was very mean. Very mean. He would have had absolutely no idea that I was flying down there. But it has put me to 12th. I still need to make up on Kvyat, and I've lost about 2 seconds on Kvyat now because of that late dive, and I'm not really gaining on him actually. 2 laps left and he's pulling away, so maybe these tyres have gone now, and that's the end of it. 6.5 seconds clear, so that looks like the end of it. On the last lap, going around the roundabout, Lewis Hamilton is victorious. I presume Bottas looks like he's come home in second, so he'll possibly might maintain the lead in the championship. Disappointing for Bottas, 3 poles in a row, and he's not won the last 2 races. So he needs to start turning these poles into victories, I think. But not the worst day for me. P12, I mean, I was not expecting to be getting P12 for probably quite some time into the season, probably halfway into the season, but P12 on race 3 is pretty good, it's promising. Shows that maybe towards the end of the season we can actually pick up some points. So, promising signs. P12, perhaps not the result I wanted in terms of points, but yeah, very promising. Very promising.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the Vietnam Grand Prix. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Let's move on to the Constructors. Mercedes move to the top of the table.
I know that's at odds with the official decision, but I think they deserve some recognition on a day where both of these drivers are at the top of their game.
Well, Ants, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Yep. First for Hamilton, second for Bottas, third for Verstappen. Actually looking at my lap times a minute ago, and my laps were actually not really, I think my fastest lap was quicker than some of those ahead of me, so maybe I could have finished high up the grid. But yeah, they were doing different strategy to me.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Well, car just stuck. I was quite surprised I kept it out of the wall.
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
Wow, just me, my car. I built a good car,
Do
as
you have
always,
any comments
with
about
my
the
team.
collisions?
Collisions? Oh, that was Gasly. Oh yeah, well, Gasly was just being an idiot. But that's not a comment, so
Appreciate your time.
not a problem, Claire. Yeah, the laps were quicker than some of those ahead of me, and I think it was actually a second quicker than Boccolacci as well, so that's good. I answered all my questions, so I get some good money from my sponsorship. Leading my rivalry now against Grosjean, putting in some aerodynamic activities for the first slot, and then I think there's an invitational event for ZANDVOORT, I think it is, doing all the upgrades, Audi upgrades that are possible. I don't have money yet, well, all the Audi upgrades that are possible at my facility level. I don't have money yet to upgrade the facility again, so I'm just going to have to sit tight on that for now. Yeah, we do the little invitational event, possibly some of the easiest money I'll ever make. It's 150 grand I think for this. 150 grand, and it's pretty easy. What is it, 7.8 kilometres? Had to turn racing line on though because I've never done this track before, and unlike Vietnam, I haven't done any practice laps on it or anything like that. I've just gone straight into it, so yeah, racing line on to try and get me a bit of a feel for the track and the racing line as we cross, and it's pretty easy. So yeah, not a bad weekend. P12, still bottom of the championship though. Still need to get that 1 point to get on level terms of Alfa Romeo, but things are looking promising now for the end of the season. Things are looking promising. I think we'll get there.